And one of the members of the Senate asked the president to make sure that there is no tax increase in fuel. And the president, of course, reminded her very fast that, first of all, the executive does not increase taxes. The taxes are increased in parliament. And that the increment that has been happening on fuel is not occasioned by an increment in taxes, but rather an increment in the world fuel prices and an increment or a weakening shilling against the dollar, on which we buy fuel. And you remember this government had tried to make sure to push, and what has even cushioned us against places like Tanzania now. What has cushioned us in the past is that we did a G2G that made sure that people were able to bring fuel here and sell it without the requisition or without the requirement to raise dollars at that time, because dollars were very expensive. And I want to bring you to the issue of exchange rate, which has really affected us. It is a huge topic that we need a whole day to discuss, to tell you why dollar has increasingly been going up. And one of the reasons is we have a high demand for dollar. And that is why you find that the rate given by central bank and the rate in the actual bank teller is so, the discrepancy is so huge. What occasions that is the banks know that in as much as the exchange rate is 130, they know that there's huge demand for the dollar outside there. And who's demanding for this dollar? It is Victor Olo, who wants to import a suit and a tie from Turkey. It is Kagombe, who wants to import a big car from, I don't know, Japan. It is Dr. Undo, who wants to import a pen. And Honorable Sosion, who wants to import a matchbox. These are the people who have occasioned the high demand for the dollar. And of course, if you leave these things to the market forces, then the dollar is going to be very expensive and the shilling is going to weaken. How do you fix that? This is not something that you wake up in the morning and say, as a government, we have stopped the increase of the weakening of the dollar, of the shilling against the dollar. You must make laws and policy. And how do you do that? You stop the demand for dollar. How do you do that? You make sure that you're able to produce stuff so that we can buy using the Kenya shillings.